Hi, thanks for checking our channel here. This is going to be a little overview and review of this electric fence charger. This is a solar unit. It's I believe it's a 12-volt battery powered unit. It's got a built-in solar panel on there. It's made by a company called Power Wizard. It's called a PW100S. It's a 0.15 joule output. I guess in quotations would be like a 10-mile range is what, comparable to some of the other brands that have the mileage rating stamped on there. This would be a 10-mile rated unit, but take that mileage rating with a grain of salt. That's a pie in the sky number, but this is the joule rated of a 0.15. So overall, we're just a little bit about us. If you don't already know, we're an independent shop. All we do is work on these fence boxes. We work on all brands, ages, old stuff, new stuff. If it can be taken apart and tinkered on, that's what we do. And so we see a lot of models and brands that swing through here. AC power, solar, battery, whatever, 6-volt, 12-volt. See a lot of units come through here. And but out of all the ones that we work on solar-wise, this is probably the one we see the least amount of trouble out of. I mean, like I said, this one got some age on it. Show you how physically old it is. It had the original board in it as well. That MFG number, that 05 is the month, 09 is the year. So it's manufactured in May of 2009. So is that, what, 15-something years ago as of 2024? So, yeah, and it had the original board and thing. Yeah, you got to change the battery probably every 2, 3, 4 years, depending on your usage and stuff. But, for get 15 years out of a fence box, I mean, not very many brands of stuff, solar-wise and anything else, will last that long these days. I mean, there's some brands that claim that they can. We'll see how time goes on, stuff like that. But there's so many brands out there that have so many problems with their stuff and different things. Sometimes you get 2-3 years, sometimes you get 4 or 5 years, sometimes you get 10 years or longer. There's just a little bit of everything out there. But for the money, this thing, if you go on Google and type in Power Wizard PW100S, about the going rate from one's about $170 plus or minus. So they do have a 2-year warranty on the thing. They are repairable. They're not a throwaway model. So this thing's 15 years old, and can't really fix the boards on them. You can't get any parts for it. Here's the original circuit board that was inside there on the thing, and I don't know what was wrong with it. We tested everything else that we could on the board, and the parts that we could test on it that we knew what they were good. But something's wrong with it. Like this little device here, I have no idea what it is. I mean, I know it's a transformer coil type of thing, but I don't know where you can get another one for it. It's a custom-made part. Because if I do a reverse lookup on the part number on the nothing pops up. So you can't cross-reference anything. So it's probably a custom-built part for this application. And you can't get them. The Power Wizard does not sell this individual part. And I don't even know if this is even bad. I don't know. Can't get the transformer separately. It's soldered onto the board, but you could pull it off there. But they do not sell the transformer individually. There's no part number. There is a part number on it, but it's not a replaceable part. They don't sell just the transformer, unfortunately. But the boards are cheap enough that you could pull the old one out, put the new one in, and go on to the next one. It's not, rocket science. Everything's all color-coded and labeled on the board, which wire goes where. It's all plugged on with male to female spay connectors that you plug things on with. It's pretty dummy-proof, but I've never had to change a solar panel on one. They use a really good quality solar panel. The battery hides inside a little compartment on the back here. You take the 4 screws out. There's a little 12-volt battery pull out of here, and I think when you buy one of these, I think the battery comes disconnected from the factory, so you have to take the cover off, plug it in, and put the battery back in there, kind of thing. I think most brands are like that. No matter what solar unit you go with, a PowerMac, a Gallagher, or whatever, a lot of the solar ones come from out of the package with the battery disconnected. It's some kind of safety thing, so it doesn't actually turn on. These are lead acid gel cell battery. They're not a lithium or anything like that. But it's a good unit. I really like them. I mean, every time people ask me, what solar unit would you buy, I almost always recommend this brand. at least in their solar ones. Their plug-in ones, you get up in power a little ways in the 6, 9, 12 joule stuff, 18 joule stuff. They get a little finicky, and they got some problems with those. But the solar ones, they pretty much got their head wrapped around it pretty good. I don't see these coming for repair all that often, except when they get a little older. And this is 15 years old and finally crapped out. We got a new board installed, and away you go. So it's got a little bracket thing here on the back that's you can put a screw on a wood post and hang it on like that with there. We got switch down here is off, on, and then charge battery. So when you first buy one of these, you hook the battery up on the inside, you flip it over to the right there, and let it sit out there in the sunlight for a few days. Because you never know how long this unit's been sitting on the shelf. Because it's got to go to the warehouse, it's got to go to the store, and then it goes to you, sort of thing. So there might be another hand that's in there shaking, someone else's hand that's shaking in the mix there as well. So you never know how long it's been sitting around before it's finally been sold and ready to be used. So that's why manufacturers in their booklets and everything always recommend you buy a solar unit to charge a battery up for about 2 or 3 days out in the sun. That way, hopefully, as long as it hasn't been sitting for 3 or 4 years or whatever, that the battery should hopefully take a charge and be good to go, and you can turn it on and hook it up, and away you go. So we got good knobs on there. I like these knobs. Power Wizard uses these knobs on almost all their units, not all of them, but a majority of them. It's got a nice brass insert in there. It's a good knobby screw knob. And all you gotta do is hand tighten it. It's got a little grooves in there. You slip the wire down to those little holes. This one, there's a piece of old connector from when the guy was using it still on there, so I'm going to pull that off. There's a nice flat washer back there, so you put your wire down inside a little hole, and just hand tighten. Don't frickin' take a pair of pliers and crank on the dumb thing. Just hand tighten is all you got to do. Make it nice and snug with the hand. That's all you got to do. Don't need to be overzealous with it at all. So not very heavy right now since the battery's not in there. But yeah, they also make a PW200S, which is a I think it's a 0.25 joule output, and then they make a PW500S, which is a half a joule output. They do make a PW50S. It's like a 0.05 output joule. So on the low side, pretty much on the lower side of joules, but for small areas that you're trying to fence off, hay bale area, garden, some small area that you're wanting to fence off, or to keep things out of your garden, keep things out of the hay bales, separate a small area. That little one would be all right. But you get a little bit bigger area, whatever, you got to go to a little bit larger, bigger joule situation. But these are, good units. I don't see any quarrels with them, honestly, from a repair standpoint, a reliability standpoint. These are pretty darn good. 15 years old, and it's pretty dirty. I mean, you see all the dirt caked up in these little grooves there. You got to do a little cleaning on the thing, but you exclude all that out, things runs like a dream. So I don't have the battery with me. The guy kept the battery, so the battery must be fine. So he kept that to save on the freight, on the shipping weight and everything. So, but thanks for checking us out. Another one of our videos. Like and subscribe. Ask us questions if you got questions about a unit like this or another brand or model. We've seen them all. We've seen every brand model you can think of, old stuff from a long time ago to new ones being built in the last 5 years. We've seen about everything come through. There's good ones and bad ones out there, and there's mediocre ones in between that are okay. But if you value your dollar and you don't want to waste it, and you're not sure what to buy, or you need help sizing a unit, get a hold of me either down in the comments area down below, or you can contact me there at the phone number or the email address, or there's a question thing on the area you can fill out on our website, which is fencerfixer.com. So, but there you go. All right, well, thanks for watching. Till next time, have a good rest of your day.